Hey everyone, welcome back to High Heels to Happy Feels. I'm Stephanie,
And I'm Natalie.
and we're so glad you're here because today's topic, it's one of those conversations that the spiritual world and really everybody needs to have. Not enough people are willing to touch it, and we're going to go there. And that's, is it soul contracts or is it a red flag?
Oh, this is going to be a hot one.
Right? How do you tell the difference between a lesson your soul signed up for and a situation that you're staying in because it's easier to just spiritualize it than it is to walk away? Yeah, we said it.
And you have probably heard it because it has been super popularized in conversations as of late on social media, like in all the nooks and crannies of where spirituality meets. Or maybe you even said it yourself. It's a soul contract. I had to go through that. And sometimes that's absolutely true. But lately, I've been seeing this phrase become a kind of cosmic permission slip for suffering. So we're calling toxic partners twin flames, abusive dynamics karma, and repeating pain patterns because we think our higher self ordered that off of our soul menu. So let's be real, the universe isn't a sadist. You didn't reincarnate or incarnate to be someone's punching bag or emotional sponge.
God, that's so true. And right now, Mercury's moving into Scorpio. And that sign asks for truth beneath your illusion. And we've got our sun in Libras this week's literally about balance, right? Fairness, reciprocity. Perfect time to check in where you've been romanticizing your pain versus purpose. So
That
I
makes
know
a
that's
lot
a
of
lot to
sense.
start, right? But let's
Yeah.
ground it for a minute. Soul contract. Matt and she just said it. It's not a punishment, it's a growth agreement. Before we're born, we make this energetic pact with other souls to really help each other evolve in what we're doing. Some are beautiful, but some are really difficult. All of them have one thing in common, though, and they're meant to help you remember who you are. They're designed to expand you, not diminish you. Um, and you'll know it's a true contract when even after the pain, you feel more. You're more awake. You're more self-aware, more sovereign. Um,
Right?
yeah, you think of it like the soul doesn't sign contracts for punishment. It's signing them for potential, for every connection. So whether it lasts 5 minutes, whether it lasts 50 years, a soul contract has the capacity to truly evolve you. If it keeps eroding your self-worth, it's shrinking your light, or it's demanding you to abandon all your boundaries and set those aside, that's not a soul contract. That's definitely not. That's a red flag wearing a costume that's spiritually designed to get you to just, oh, let's blame it on this. A real soul contract is going to stretch you. A red flag strangles you.
That is a really good analogy for what, because it is hard to tell. And there's so many things going on in the world right now, and so many people are having conversations about this that it's hard to really understand what people are saying, what they mean when they're talking about soul contracts. So yeah, don't be just giving it away. So let's talk about the tricky part though, because we've all been there and you meet someone and the connection feels cosmic. The lessons start rolling in. It's intense, it's a magnetic, and you think this has to be soul level.
Right. It's my soul
But-
mate. It's my soul
Right?
this. It's my soul.
It's
And
my
you're like,
twin
oh my
flame.
God, settle down, settle down. Yeah.
But then months later, you're drained and confused, and every lesson feels like deja vu. And that's when we have to ask, is my soul growing or am I just surviving? Is the only thing you're learning how to feel in that relationship or tolerate it pain? Because that is not divine curriculum. Seriously, that is trauma reenactment. And I really do say this with so much love because I've been there. I once stayed in a dynamic that I swore was karmic, it was destiny. It wasn't.
Oh my God, I went through her with this. So I'm sorry, but she speaks the truth. And we've both done it.
Oh, for
Everybody's had
sure.
that relationship where it's the love of my life. This is the job of my life. This is it's meant to be and it's soul led and then you're like, oh God. Hello, blinders.
And I think a lot of that comes through like just your maturity and your lessons learned. And I just want to have that conversation with those folks who are kind of falling back into this pattern of whether it's a soul contract or whether you're just reliving trauma that you actually need to work through with maybe like some shadow work.
Agreed. There
Because
it is.
yeah, because we're never gonna not say it. Well, but it's the realization and getting perspective, and that's what changes everything. It's reclaiming your wild and showing up with your purpose as your rebellion, like understanding and taking perspective,
I
looking
agree.
at your relationships, looking at things that seem to be painful for you right now, or even looking back in the past where you're working through stuff and you're like, oh, it was just a soul contract. Really take a better lens on that and get perspective.
I agree. And that is so valid. And it's the thing is, it's like, how do you tell the difference, right? How do you really get to a place where you tell the difference between what's a soul contract and what's a red flag?
Mm.
And you think about it, you have your friends, your different, and it's easy to do this with relationship, right? Because relationships, as you go through your dating life, part of your lifetime and beyond, there, oh, there was a red flag there. Oh, I could see the red flags and this kind of thing. It's an easy example to go to. But what about a few others? So I want you to grab your journal or just check in mentally as I give you a couple of things here, run, to really think about soul contract versus red flag. So as you're thinking about this, the first question I would ask you is, does this expand my sense of self-worth? If it's yes, even if it's uncomfortable, yeah. No, I feel smaller over time, red flag, right?
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah. What about is there mutual growth? So, do both people in this situation evolve, or does only one person benefit? Because if both people are evolving, that's a soul contract. If it's about one person, then it becomes a red flag.
Right.
Another one is, do I integrate lessons and move forward? Yes, the pattern eventually ends. If it's a red flag, and that's going to be, that's soul contract, right? Because your pattern's eventually ending, but you're learning and you're moving with it. If it keeps looping and you're playing on a continual loop, you're in a red flag situation.
Yeah, another example that might fit in here is asking yourself like how your body feels, because we're all about the
Hmm.
body somatics. And if you're calm and you're neutral and you have clarity, that's definitely going to be soul contract. But if you're tight, anxious, or urgent, that's your body telling you that's a red flag all the way. And if you want a quick energetic check, hand over your heart, close your eyes, and say, if this is a soul contract, show me how it expands me. If this is a red flag, show me how it drains me. Then just listen because your body is going to know.
So valid. And it's really good because your body is, and you can talk about it from the magical side, or you can talk about it from just being human. Your body's your compass, your body's your pendulum. So if you feel your body and you're really stepping into that, that is so good. I mean, that's such a good one, Nat.
Well, yeah, and like we're always going to pull you to your intuition and listening to yourself and
Mhm.
understanding the energies around you. Like that's what we do. So,
Yep. Listen to your soul, baby. Yep.
right.
That's the one. And it's fun because going to this week's astrology, it's going to support this clarity and the work that you're going to do here beautifully. Again, Mercury is moving into Scorpio Monday morning. And as we record this, it's October 4th. So that's October 6th. And it's a truth serum for you. It's going to help you see through the story. We still have Libra and the sun energy in Libra right now. That's inviting that balance and that fairness, the harmony, self-sacrifice versus self-respect, right? Where is the middle ground for you?
Hmm.
And that's a big moment for
It
as you're
is.
going through this because you have to think about where are my boundaries? Where am I willing to do these type of things? As Nat mentioned already, the shadow work around this, but you have to be willing to dig in and be honest with yourself. Is it really a red flag and you're making excuses for for holding on. And if
Yeah,
you want
that's
to
that whole perspective thing we were talking about.
exactly, exactly. And if you want to really anchor it physically, we've got the full moon in Aries, right? Fire, fire, fire. And that full moon is Monday evening, 9:47 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so 11:47 for our friends on the East Coast. Um, that is going to be a really good opportunity. Just fire energy is go, 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 right? So as you're taking that and you're thinking about where Mercury and Scorpio is and you're thinking about Libra, it becomes a little bit of getting out of your own way, but taking the energy that you've got and doing something that is involving some sort of little ritual. Get that contract ready. Get all that fire energy on, I will do this. I won't put up with this. I won't do this. Balance it out so that you're being honest with yourself and then write that contract and that commitment and be honest with yourself with your Mercury, communicate it, and with your Scorpio, be true to yourself. And then,
Love that.
right? And you're asking yourself,
Hmm.
is this a lesson or is something else trying to define me? Once you've got it all written down, contract, you've got a couple of ways to symbolically deal with that. One, you can square it up, carry it in your pocket to remind yourself, right? It becomes your fiddle and it becomes your thing that you go to say, nope, 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 red flag. And you own that. Or if you're ready to really just say, okay, universe, I'm done with this. I'm not going to put up with these things anymore. I'm giving it back to the universe. Burn it. Burn it in a safe place and say, I'm in it for the soul work, not for self-gaslighting. And let it go. Give it back to the universe.
Oh, that's lovely. That is super lovely. So
Yeah.
as you were talking through all of that and getting like taking that perspective and looking at all of this stuff, for those of you who are kind of like me, who are kind of like a self-sabotager, oh, I did this so wrong, or you beat yourself up about the choices that you've made. So what happens when you realize that this has been a red flag all along? Like you're looking back at something or you're in a situation and you're like, "Oh my gosh, it's a red flag." You do not beat yourself up. You pivot. You don't shame yourself, you integrate. Maybe that means setting a new boundary. Maybe that means walking away completely. Maybe that means forgiving yourself and focusing on
That
the bright side
purpose.
of things
Yeah,
and
that
not
purpose. Yeah.
yeah, it's not confusing the pain for with your purpose. So it's a genuine soul contract and you honor it, not by staying stuck in the story, but by carrying the lesson into your next chapter. Either way, your soul doesn't want you to be in prison. It wants you to be evolved. So do not beat yourself up about it if you start taking perspective and you find yourself in these maybe even long-term red flags that Steph and I are trying to give you the power today to say, I see that, and I'm going to make a choice that's good for my soul.
Yes. Good mantra this week. My soul lessons lift me, not limit me. So if it's not lifting you and it's limiting you, it's not for you. That's a red flag. Easy,
Yeah.
right? If it's not lifting you, it's limiting you, it's not for you. Let it go. And that Mercury and Scorpio energy we're going to be rolling into, call your power back, right? Mercury's communication, Scorpio is all about the transformation. Call your power back. It's yours. Libra, balance it out. Put the scales, balance everything. Look at it and say, how is this benefiting me as well? And then making sure you just take a deep breath. Feel it in your heart. What am I calling in my soul contract? Is it a red flag? It's just awareness, right? And that's your liberation is being aware. And Natalie, you brought that up so well. I think that was really well said when you were talking about it to say, um, wow, God, what did you say? I can't even remember what you
Well,
exactly said, but
this whole thing though is it's really hard to take perspective on things that you're involved in.
it is. It's hard to step back. It's so easy. Why do you think they call it hindsight's 2020, right? And everybody says
Right.
that because it is so easy. And it's easy to look at your friends and have your family, friends, neighbors, whoever look at you afterwards and be like, I told you so. Well, that's great. You might
Right.
have told me then too, and I didn't hear you, but you could have spoke louder. You
Um,
could have poked me with a stick. You could have done something. But
right.
it's very, very, very easy to look at it afterwards. It's very, very difficult to acknowledge it and be honest about it now.
Well, and so we're going to help you out here because like if this episode hits home for maybe someone you know that's in a red flag situation and you've tried to nudge that person or um you remind that person that take perspective. Is this really where you want to be? Share it with someone who might be confusing the lesson for a lifetime. And remember, like growth is not supposed to hurt to count. It doesn't have to. I mean, it can. Growth can hurt to count, but it doesn't have to. And sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is simply say enough and help others out by, send them this podcast and be like, "Hey, you need to listen to this because
Right?
you need to take a little perspective."
It's kind of passive aggressive, but I like it because it is one of those, all right, so you're not hearing me. So, hey, I heard this great podcast, or I heard this podcast that was a little on the nose for me, and tell me what you think. And then they're going to hear it and go, is that directed at me? Are you trying to tell me something? What are you trying to tell me? Yeah, maybe. Maybe we should talk, right?
Right? But if you can't get your point across, we're going to try to help you get the point across.
Because it's so hard. And we all have them. I mean, I've got my own, Natalie's got her own. We all have things that it's like, really? Oh, do I really? Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
What do I
no
want
one
to,
is
what do
free.
I want to tackle right now? And sometimes maybe you have a whole bunch of red flags going on.
Hmm.
And if so, we're sorry, and that sucks. But if that's the case, little bites, tackle what you can in the little moments.
Yeah, no one is free from needing to take perspective on their life because
No.
spirituality is not a project, but your soul is. And you need to be
Yes.
growing it every day.
Yes. You are here to learn and to evolve and to develop your soul. And yeah,
Yeah, it's work and we've got to do the work.
it's
And you're not
it's
alone.
work.
We're not standing at the pulpit telling you guys how to live. We're sharing in this experience with you.
We're telling you we're in it. Yeah, we're using it
Right?
too, right? We
We're in
got
it
our
all the
boots
time.
on and waders and we create the content and we do this, but we live it too. And we grow and it changes and we evolve with you. And we learn from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our content comes from yeah, anyway.
Right?
So, okay, if you're ready to take the next step and live soul led every single day, head to immersivespiritliving.com and grab your free tools, the four soul pillars. They will help you uncover your personal blueprint for living your soul led your way. Because no two souls are meant to walk the same path, even though we're all experiencing lots of the same things. So, join our community, dive into the pillars, and start walking your truth intentionally, powerfully, and unapologetically.
Woohoo.
Thanks for hanging out with us this week. Like and subscribe so we can stay connected and keep expanding this ripple soul led living effect even further. Until next week, I'm Natalie.
And I'm Stephanie. And
And
this is Immersive Spirit. We're high heels to happy feels. And we look forward to seeing you again next week, doing a little more magic meeting momentum. We'll see you then.